At what point, if ever, will you turn him off?
Never.
Will you want to just hit the switch?
Never. That's like this guy.
Hey, dude, how rad was it when the recruits showed up late on a late day and literally just got fucking lit up? It was the greatest thing ever.
Missed it?
And the other recruits are actually doing good wall squats, and these guys backpack on. I was crying laughing. It's already a late day, and you show up late. At that point, I just close the door and say, "Fucking go home." Beat it.
Okay.
You want to know where I really get all my energy from? I'm not this way in Washington.
It's
not just-
It's the sun, dude. You're like,
Look
you're,
at this,
you're
look at this.
solar. You're
Look at
solar
this.
generated. That's what it is.
It's right here. It's Steve. Steve Reed.
This is our one day to
God.
spend the whole day together. This is
This
it.
is
So
our day.
we do revel
This is
in
your
it.
day, bro.
We do revel in
I
it.
get to see all my brothers and sisters from SoCal and Texas just fucking doing it.
We can
Stop
keep
fucking the videotape, Jeff.
Key and
We gotta
Peele.
start. 5 o'clock.
Yeah, we gotta start because you know what's
Geezers
after
tonight.
what's after this? Geezers.
Okay, you guys came from off beam. You guys have kind of already been through the basics of how the props and stuff work, how we resheet and all that. We're gonna focus on off purlin here, and our focus now, which will be real nice, you coming from beam, is our handwork, footwork, saw work. Okay? How many of you have very limited or no exposure to panelized ops? Anybody? Okay, so this is going to be the ops that take you a little bit. Might be a little frustrating. Have some patience. The footwork, the handwork is completely different. Conventional constructions, I'm not going to say we cheat, but we get away with a lot. Okay, we can walk around the hole. We can get away with maybe cross countrying a little bit. Our handwork can be a little off. Our saw work can be a little off, and it doesn't matter because we got a sound roof that we're on. This is a different ball game. This roof construction forces you to stay on a beam or a purlin, a structural member, all right? And it forces you to keep those feet on those purlins, okay? You've got to keep your feet square to your cut, your shoulders square to your cut, okay? There's none of this cutting or this cutting. The feet stay here. They travel side to side horizontally, okay? Just brooms and scoop shovels. Yeah, I'm sure there's more. I just can't think of it. Fuel, if you want to get some of that those pre-made canisters of that fuel, you know those little, you know what I'm talking about, right? Grab some of that.
All right.
Thanks, bro.
Yep.
Thanks, buddy.
So we're going to have you guys paired up, and we're just going to have you guys individually louvering holes. We're not advocating that you would ever come to this roof as a pair. That's not it. Today is leading you into tomorrow. Tomorrow you will be doing truck company ops as a 3 or 4 person truck company. Okay? But today we just want to get the handwork, footwork, saw work down. This prop is built unlike the other. That's not true to form, this is. Okay? We have a glue lam beam on the outside walls. We have a glue lam beam right down the middle. You have a 16-foot purlin span. Okay? Please, on this prop, make sure you are on the beams and purlins. Even do your best to do that when we're resheeting it, when we're rehabbing it. Okay? These rafters have been cut up by your counterparts today, and so potentially you could fall in. So please really stay on it. I've had guys out on roof rocks at LA County. I've had a guy bust through a roof just on a walkthrough because he got out on rafters and the dry rot. So when you go home and you're drilling with people and you're walking roofs, make sure they're doing what they should be doing and walking where they should walk. Okay? Do you guys have any questions for us on off purlin stuff off beam before we get going on off purlin?
I got one.
Yes.
Signs like the non-verbal signs.
Non-verbal hand signs, at least for me and Greg, louver, pull back, drop cut.
What about like a 2x4? But if you hit a purlin.
2x4.
Okay, but if you hit a purlin, then what's a sign for that?
If you what?
If you hit some
We're
big.
gonna talk about that when we go path of travel, when Steve's gonna leave me out. He's gonna talk about that component of it. Okay? So it's generally with the hook and a hand signal. And then we know, because I made the inspection hole, we've talked about it. And then when he goes out, he's gonna show you that. Okay?
You're talking about when we're traveling the roof and pointing out the beams and the
Yeah.
purlins? Yeah. I don't really have a hand signal for that because my hands are on tools.
Okay.
He uses
Okay?
the hook.
But I'll show you what I do and you can see if it works for you.
Okay.
Okay?
The other thing that might make it easier for you guys when you go back to emphasize this to your people is we say stay off the rafters. We use that for common terminology. I understand these are not fucking rafters. What are they? They're spacers. They're spacers. They're spacers so that when they take this panel prefab and drop it in place, they have something to either nail it to or it sits in.
There's no structural
There's
significance.
no structural. So we say rafters because it's the common terminology, 2 feet on center, but truly all they are is spacers. When you get that in your mind, then you're like, okay, I'm not stepping on it. Okay?
Anything else? Good question. Anything else? If you guys would be nice enough to make your way to the far comped area of the roof, whether you go down the main beam, you walk down the side and go up the ladder. If you guys head that way, Greg and I will come at